What's up, everyone? Rafael Laurenthin here with 360 Senso Media. Welcome to another episode of the 360 tutorials. Last time we talked about how the Instagram algorithm works, and today I'm going to show you 4 ways that you can beat the algorithm and a couple twists that will help you brand your business or personal brand on social media and build your business. Now, let's roll that intro. We all know how important Instagram is in the social media and app atmosphere, and they value that. So the ultimate strategy, the best strategy that you can have is to keep people scrolling inside of the app. How do we do that? We have 4 different ways that are very, very easy and simple to do. First, you need to direct message with people. No, don't be creepy. Don't be sending automated messages that don't transmit a message. How can you do it? You can simply respond to stories that people put up during the day or at night, whenever you're active on social media. Second, you can comment on the different posts they have, and maybe even send them, if you see something important, you can send them a message about a post that they just shared. You just have to share an authentic connection with this person and keep building the relationship. This way, you're giving the person a time of the day and you're making them feel relevant because they inspire something in you. So you need to use this strategy to create meaningful connections and share information that might be useful to them, to send them to your website, or maybe a solution that you have that may help them solve a problem in their life, or simply a product that they already use, but you have a brand that might be a little better. That's when you start creating connections through direct messaging. The second way that you can start engaging with people more in the platform is by understanding when to post. You need to plan your post. This way, you're going to be on top of people's feed all the time. Now, this may seem very difficult to do, but it's very easy. I'm going to show you now. We're going to go into your app and you're going to go into your profile, and at the top of the profile is going to say how many visits or some sort of stat. You're going to click on there and that's going to take you to your insights. Now, if you don't have a business account, you probably won't see the insights. So if you want to see this, you need to turn your account to business. In this page, you can see the content, how many people it reached, the different types of content you have. And when you see on the activity, you can see when you're having the best discovery. Discovery means when are people reaching your account. And if you see here, we reach people mostly on Tuesdays. And from Thursday to Saturday, they have pretty good interaction and pretty good reach. We have 19,000 impressions, 3,000 to 4,000 reach this week. The audience, the growth of the followers, how they're following you, and where they're following you from. And you keep scrolling down, you can start seeing the age range, who they are, if they're men or women. And way at the bottom, you can see the hours of the day, and you can see the days that they're active. These graphics are a little archaic, and there's tools that you can use to go a little deeper into these insights. And I'm gonna leave some links on our blog. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna leave some links below where you can go and find some deeper analytics. But this you can find out all on your phone, all for free, and on Instagram. And what you need to understand is, when are people active on the account? Are they active during the day, when they're commuting? Are they active at lunch when they have a break? Or are they active at night? Then you can start trying to post at these different times and understanding when is the best time for you to post and engage with your followers. For a while, we thought that Instagram lost that instantaneous feel when you posted a photo or video and everybody would see it. And with the implementation of stories, they gave that feeling back to the platform. In 360, we have a golden rule for our clients. We show it to them, and it's an exercise that I challenge you to do. The thing about stories is that they get fed to us. Yes, you're going to see the stories of the people you interact the most with first. However, they're a little more chronological. So whenever somebody posts a story, it gets fed to the top of the line. When you go into your profile and you see at the top in the newsfeed, you're going to see the bubbles pop up. My challenge to you, And what I challenge all my clients who want to make money on social media is to post 3 times a day. Why? You're going to post in the morning, you're going to post at noon, and you're going to post at night. This way, every time your followers, the ones that engage with you the most, open their app, they're going to see you first. They're going to see that bubble with your brand, your face, or whatever product you're promoting. And this is going to give you the best exposure throughout the day. Then it is all about helping people engage with those stories. You can use the tools inside of the stories to do that. And I'm going to do a video about those tools later on. Now, the last thing you need to consider is the time and the frequency that your users are coming back to the platform. It may seem like that's not your problem because Instagram is the one that's supposed to bring followers back, but in reality, you need to create content and photography and stories that engage people and keep them coming back for more of your content. So this is just a very basic rule, but it's a sure rule that will help you increase the engagement, and it keeps you active. It keeps all of us creative, and it helps us create content for our audience that matters. It's not all about just copying what the other is doing or doing what another photographer is doing or doing what the other trainer is doing. It's doing it a way that is inherent to you, is part of your being, and it engages your audience. Because the people, I've always said, the people that resonate with me are maybe not going to resonate with you, and that's okay, because that way we do something that I love. This part of social media, that is, if you divide and conquer, you're really just going to help your business grow on the platform. If you're trying to just play the algorithm, simply post a bunch of content, post a bunch of stories with no sequence or content strategy whatsoever, this is going to be obvious. A lot of people don't like people who are always selling, or people who are always just talking about the same topic. So it doesn't matter how much you follow the advice that I just gave you. The content needs to be authentic, it needs to be sympathetic, and it needs to be reliable for the people who are watching. So if you fail, your brand has no personality. So it is very important that you give your brand a personality. So that's where this two little twists that I'm going to show you are going to play out. First, a lot of people will discuss this with me, but branding your feed, your main page on whether it's Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, your LinkedIn, it doesn't matter where you do it. It needs to be branded. It needs to have a voice, and it needs to have a look, a color palette. It needs to have a certain set of shapes that distinguish your brand from another. So if your brand, let's say you use mostly squares and triangles, maybe you don't want to use designs that have a bunch of curves. So these are going to help you really stand out and create a color palette and a figure, an image that people can follow and that people can remember. Think about it. If you see an apple bitten in a little corner, you think Apple. If you see a check mark slanted, you're going to think about Nike. So the same thing you need to start creating for your audience. Now, my last advice, the little twist I have here, just because, we just talked about frequency, we just talked about how consistent you need to be in your social media. But like I said before, frequency and constant contact doesn't mean that it has to be repetitive. You don't need to be frequent. You need to be consistent. What is the difference? I see frequency as I'm just posting a bunch of photos all the time. I see consistency as here's my content strategy. Here's what the message that I want to transmit to people. Here's the type of client that I want to earn in my business. So according to those specific messages that you need to transmit, you create a consistent branding, marketing, and advertising strategy. So don't be frequent if you don't need to be. All that being said, whatever you do with the algorithm, nothing can beat personality, sincerity, empathy, and understanding what your audience wants to watch. This is my advice today on how you can beat the algorithm. I'm going to start breaking down different tools, some social media platforms that you can use to schedule your content, some other social media that I have found that are great for messaging and automated messages that make sense and that can save you time. I hope that this advice helps you build your business, grow your personal brand, and make money on social media and become part of this global phenomenon that is keeping us all active and creating beautiful content. So until next time, Rafael Laurentin here with the 360 tutorials. Follow us on all of our social media platforms, or or go to our website to read the blog where you can see a little more detail on what I'm talking about here.